So the Academy of Finance program is offered to sophomores, juniors, or seniors. They can start the program whenever it fits in their schedule. We offer Accounting 1 is the first course that they would take. Then they would transition into Intro to Financial Services, Banking and Credit, and then Accounting 2. As well as at their home school, they can take Personal Finance, Econ, or AP Econ courses.
The Academy of Finance is a set of courses that you can take at CTE through the NAF programs offered by Ms. Brunken. They prepare you to become a CPA or help with financial planning.
I'm like a math person, so numbers come really easy to me, and I know there's some challenging things, and I'm really excited for it. So I'm going to get my associate's degree in accounting and hopefully start a business of my own.
So students can walk away with a greater knowledge of business and also have the confidence to be business leaders in our community. They can earn up to 19 college credits. The nice thing is that after they've taken all these courses, we also try to apply it towards a paid summer internship. And we're talking about an internship that will be great as a stepping stone for students to get to the next level of their career choice.
I did my internship at Weiser Distributing out in T, South Dakota. I was the accounting intern for accounts payable, and now I am the accounting assistant at Weiser.
It's a great opportunity to see real life situations, because when you're in high school you really don't have these type of classes, and it's amazing.
I like to bring the business world into the classroom if I can't get them out in the field on a field trip. It's just so much more meaningful to students to make the connection of what we're learning in the classroom. And why not? We have a great community here in Sioux Falls, and we have these expertise in this area, and it's always changing with the dynamics of our economy is always growing. And I'm just really excited to offer that opportunity for our students, because I know that students are making great decisions after this. They may not all be accountants, but they're going to know the accounting skills, they're going to know numbers, and they know the importance of being a successful business person, so they can be a great leader and hopefully be successful at anything that they do.
The course plan for the Academy of Finance is very intuitive, modern.
It's amazing. I recommend coming here.
Brand new ag courses at the CTE Academy are natural resources, small animal science, ag leadership, horticulture and plant science, large animal science, and ag biotechnology. All of our Sioux Falls schools are represented. They have ranges of growing up on a farm or grandparents on a farm to living in an apartment. So our goal as an ag department is to really show students that you don't have to grow up in ag to work in ag, and so that's one of our big pushes is urban ag and career exploration. And so any student that is interested at all, maybe they have a cat or a dog, houseplants or whatever, we've got something for them here in this department.
I really have a heart for ag, and I love agriculture in general. It's been in my family for many, many generations. And I have always wanted to be an FFA, and when I get that chance to go out to the farm and get that chance to go out there and deal with the agriculture, I absolutely love it, and it's probably one of the best parts of my day.
I like to work with animals a lot. I plan to use it and maybe do game fishing parks, natural resources, something like that, something out in the animal world when I'm older. We go out and do a lot of things. We meet new people. We learn a lot about animals. I mean, we work with animals almost every day. There's always something new that we're learning, so that's pretty fun.
If students are interested in something, I try and find a guest speaker and a field trip for them. So we visited Southeast Tech, we went to the Sioux Empire Farm Show, we went to the Sioux Empire Livestock Show, visited different greenhouses, want to get them out and show them this is something that you can do within this area of your class. Students have the opportunity to take care of chickens and quail, and then we'll farrow a sow throughout the year. and the students get to take care of those pigs and feed and water and learn a lot of those soft skills that employers are looking for. So responsibility, communication, timeliness. So we have a FFA program. It's the Sioux Falls CTE Academy FFA chapter. It's a great opportunity for students to learn leadership opportunities, personal growth, career success.
It's very fun. It's a really cool experience too. I mean, if you don't know much, you're gonna learn a lot here. It's really, really fun. You get to make new friends, you get to learn new things, do more hands-on activities than you usually would at your home school, and you just overall get new experiences.
The auto body program here at CTE Academy is a full-fledged body shop, fully productive body shop. Our students work usually every day on projects that you would see in an actual shop. So anywhere from painting, rust repair, dent repair. Our students are doing that stuff on a daily basis. When you get out into industry, being productive and being efficient is a big, big advantage. And so the more practice our students can get when they're here makes them more employable.
I'm taking auto body structural repair. We kind of learn about the more metal side of it, making everything line up, all the stuff, making all the panels smooth.
We basically learn how to fix different parts of a body with different tools, right? We learn how to paint here as well.
Our students, they have all sorts of interests. They want to be painters, they want to be body techs. A student just talked to me today about being a paintless dent repair technician. So our students have kind of different goals, and some of them are hoping to go on to college, some are going just straight into the workforce, and we can help accommodate both of those. Our students get jobs in body shops while they're in high school or after high school, but then also just getting matched up with post-secondary schooling so they can continue their education is a big priority of ours. Southeast Tech, right up the street, they have a 100% placement for many years. I get calls very often for employees, for students to go work in the industry, and so it's constant. People are needing help 24/7.
It's all in person, in shop, with your hands, actually doing things, and that's probably what gets a lot of the people to come here and keep coming here, is because you get to actually do things, and people that learn by doing things will have a really good time in these classes.
You should take the course because you will learn a lot more new stuff over here than you will learn at home school. Everyone over here is so fun and friendly. The teachers are also fun and friendly. They know how to teach you well, and it's an experience, the experience is way better than the one over there at school too. So.
Well, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was thinking about just going out of high school and going full-time Army and figuring it out thereafter. But the teachers here, both of the automotive teachers and the classes that they teach, have basically kind of guided me in that path and given me something that I can really enjoy what I'm doing for a long time.
We have 5 different courses that we have. Engine performance seems to be the preferred one. That's where students get a chance to tear engines apart and put them back together again. We do allow students to bring their own engines in as a project for that. They do have to pay for their own parts, but it's a great opportunity to learn the interior parts of the engine itself. We have a diesel program. The students learn a lot more about the fuel system of that, and it also includes brakes and hydraulics. We have a brakes class where students learn the drum brakes, disc brakes, and all the hydraulics, as well as the new electronic version of the brake system.
At the beginning of high school, I started to get really into cars, and so from there I wanted to learn how they work. And I like working with my hands, so it just felt natural to take a class that got me involved with this.
It's been amazing. I've gotten to do a lot of hands-on work with rebuilding of my engine we're working on right now. And it's honestly a really good opportunity to know what I can do in the future.
And then we also have electronics class where students will disassemble starters and alternators and put those back together, as well as being able to chase the wiring schematics in a car to fix everything from a headlight to heated seats.
CTE as a general, I love this place. Great environment for me. It really helps me get hands-on, and that's the best way I learn.
I know that there's a huge demand for people in all of like the mechanics area and the welding area.
These classes are great for students, for those that just want to work on their own vehicles, but for the industry itself, it's a great opportunity to make a connection with those in the community, like the dealerships and local mechanic shops. Quite a few of our students do work in the local community already. We have Ford as a great sponsor, and we have quite a few students down there working right away. Both in the automotive and the diesel program, there's a huge shortage for technicians. The pay is definitely increasing, and for those students that really enjoy it, it's a great way to make, I would say in an average of $75,000 to $100,000 a year in automotive repair.
It is the greatest thing. It is, especially if you're on the edge. It's good to dip your toes into it and get a feel for it before you end up choosing something like that and then deciding you don't like it.
Yeah, definitely going to take classes at least every year up here because I just love it so much.
The aviation program here at CTE is all about getting kids the knowledge and experiences in and around all of the aviation fields. While most people know that piloting is awesome and cool, and it is amazing, there's more to aviation than just being a pilot. We have ATC, so air traffic control. We have aviation mechanics. There are different kinds of aircraft to fly. You could do fixed wing, ultralights, roto wing. You can also go into NASA and do space, so there's all kinds of different opportunities. Airports, airport management, and we want to give the kids the opportunities to check out those different career fields.
I was looking into maybe automotive, but then I wanted to try something else, and then this really changed my mind. I'm looking into going to Lake Area Tech to become a fixed-wing private pilot, and then after that, commercial pilot, and then hopefully get to the airlines.
We've gone on a multitude of field trips, as well as getting to use the flight simulators, which is something that not a lot of schools get to offer. It's just the camaraderie between classmates is also a really great environment, just because we know how hard teamwork can be, and so building those connections is a really great opportunity.
We do lots of different hands-on activities, like we build airports. We run an airport simulation out in the hallway, so they are pilots flying from one end of the U.S. to the other, and they have to talk to air traffic control. We do rockets. We do lots of different field trips as well. So we go to the Air National Guard, SDSU, UND, Lake Area Tech, Iowa Lakes is a new place that we're checking out. Maverick Air. We talk to the Sanford pilots, Legacy Aviation, air traffic control, so we get up in the tower.
Well, right now I'm working on my private pilot's license, and so I'm able to take what I'm learning here and bring it to my courses over at Legacy.
This class has definitely set me up for success in aviation. I've learned things that are definitely going to help me be ahead in the other aviation courses I plan on taking in the future.
All the stuff that's hands-on, the people are great. It's just a great time to be out here.
I teach biomedical sciences at the CTE Academy. It's a series of medical science classes starting with Principles of Biomedical Sciences. People call that one Biomed 1. Then Human Body Systems is the second course, Biomed 2, followed by Medical Interventions, which is Biomed 3. I have students from all Sioux Falls High School and some surrounding schools, and they all have a little bit of an interest in working in medicine. And they're not sure if they want that to be patient care or behind the scenes, but they're interested in science. They have a wide variety of interests and a wide variety of career goals. Students walk away with a solid foundation in medical science. That's something that'll help them in future AP classes or college coursework. Confidence working in the lab. They're going to have skills such as working with micropipettes and DNA to microscopes, all the way to clinical care, things like measuring blood pressure or helping a patient learn how to use a walker. Those skills then translate into confidence in further coursework and also in their college studies.
We started off with we're kind of learning about the anatomy of the body, started off with the bones, and then we went into DNA and all that, and now we're down to muscles. We're learning about that.
I want to go into the more experiment science-y part of health and science careers, and so it just sounded a lot more interesting to me. We do a lot of hands-on learning. I really enjoy doing gel electrophoresis. You take the micropipette and you fill it up with DNA, and then you inject it into a little well in this gel. And then when you run electricity through it, it separates the bands of DNA, and you can identify similar bands of DNA.
I thought that I might to be in a medical profession when I'm older, and I was kind of unsure, but after taking this class, I'm pretty sure that I want to go in for physical therapy because I really like working with that type of stuff.
I think the best thing about biomedical science is the people. The fact that you get to come together each day with students from all across the school district that are like-minded with similar goals and similar ambitions, and you get to collaborate with them and work with them each day, it creates a special environment, a good energy in the classroom.
I want to double major in biology and biomedical engineering. It's so much fun, so much more fun than just sitting in a classroom and taking notes.
The nice thing about cabinetry, the students get to come up with their own project. It's just really awesome. Anything they can imagine. They purchase the materials and then we work with them hands-on, and it's just a great chance for the students to build something that they can take with them forever. There's a great opportunity for future employment in the cabinet shop. We do go to a few places here in town, a couple different places that they have the opportunity where they could actually get employed. And some of my past students do have current jobs at Show Place right now.
I like the hands-on learning. I mean, I'm not somebody that can just sit in an office. I need to be up, moving around, and working with my hands.
It's different from carpentry because we get to build, what we want to build, like furniture. While carpentries, we build an actual house. We started off making a box so that we had time to get our projects together and what we wanted to do. And then when we had our projects, we calculated how much wood we would need. I heard about this class from Pizza Pop and Power Tools program at my middle school, and I got interested, and as soon as possible, I took it.
A lot of people like to have that little woodworking shop. This gives them that opportunity to get the basics, but then they can build on their own shop down the road and always have that opportunity. I've seen rocking chairs, dressers. The students have made some wonderful projects. Little lanterns that light up with epoxy. River tables, anything you can imagine, and it's just a blessing to see. And I tell the students, in 30 years, it's nice to have that thing you made back in high school.
I've learned so much from these teachers, and I've met so many good people, and I highly recommend taking these classes.
What I'd say I would leave with after I'm done taking this class is more knowledge into some of the woodworking tools. Some more knowledge in how to problem solve if I have a minor or major inconvenience in my project. It sets me up for job opportunities like Showplace Cabinetry. The time flies by really fast. You can think you're there for 10 minutes when you're actually there for 2 hours. Just go right in. It's really nice and everybody's welcoming.
So we begin our carpentry class from the foundation up. We actually do the site planning, and students get to actually do the outside framework, set up the batter boards. We do that out in the grass in the beginning of the year. We use laser transits. So it's the real feel of real industry. So we build 2 homes from start to finish. So it's laying the foundation, squaring up the building, and then from there We put the floor trusses together. The students get to build walls, kind of two different styles of walls. So one of our homes we've been fortunate enough to build for Habitat. And then the other home this year, we're actually going to auction that off in the CTE home, we call it. We finish that 100%. And the students get to see the cabinets, the flooring, the tile, and everything done to that. That's something that I tell the students, it's probably my most rewarding part too, is you start with a pile of studs and you stand back and you can see what it turns into. It's so rewarding. And when these homes are moved on site, we'd like to let the students know where they go, and they have the opportunity to see a family living in there. It's just a great feeling.
People, I mean, I get to meet new people in different schools, get to build non-stop every day for an hour and a half. It's like days where you don't want to stop working. Those are the best days. So
coming in here in middle school, taking a tour, seeing all these houses, and from the start I just knew I really wanted to do it, get hands-on, because I love hands-on projects.
I feel like I've gained a lot of more general knowledge, because at some point everyone's going to own a house, so you know a lot more things like how to fix things, what to expect, what you're looking at when you're a homeowner.
As the students mature and develop into better carpenters throughout the program, I like to encourage them to look at attention to detail. From the beginning, there's nothing in the shop here in August, and by May we have 2 homes that are completed. It's very rewarding class.
So I'll be going to construction management, SDI, just right down the road here. And I mean, taking these courses, it's really just wanted me to go into construction management because it's fun, and I just love building. And if you do consider building future down the road, I'd recommend this course 100%. Every time I come in here, I have a good time. It's always a good experience. I'm learning everything every single day. So.
Kids think they have to, if they're coming out here, it has to be because they want to be a chef or they want to work in a restaurant, and that does not have to be the case. That might be the case, and that's awesome, but these are great skills for life. I told the kids the other day, when we broke down that chicken, man, you're going to, 30 years from now, when you're carving your Thanksgiving turkey, you're going to say, I learned to do this years and years ago. I think kids are drawn to CTE because of the length of the class. For one thing, we have 100 minutes, so we have time to go more in depth with our lessons. So in their general foods classes back at their high school, they're just more introductory things. These are taking it a step further. We're able to do wow recipes, things that you're like, oh, I didn't know how they did that. I've always been curious about that. We have time to talk about the science behind it and go into safety and sanitation a little bit more. So the length of the class gives us a chance to go more in depth.
My favorite parts are the challenges. So we've done a cookie challenge, and we've done a barbecue sauce challenge. And they're a lot of fun because you get to kind of compete with your classmates. I competed in Skills USA in commercial baking. You get to find your recipes, and then you get to make them. You get to get judged on them. And I did it in commercial baking, and I won gold in state. So then I also went on to nationals, and that was fun. I'm currently planning on going to a culinary school out in Rhode Island called Johnson & Wales. So I guess I've kind of found a love for pastry arts mostly, so yeah, I'm gonna train to become a pastry chef.
There's so many different things that we get to learn how to do where we're not just sitting down. We just get into a rhythm, and there's this sense of harmony between your classmates where you just know, okay, you're gonna take this part of the recipe because you're better at this, and then you just get to see something that started out here, and you get to make it even better.
We also have a great project where we have the kids from the Immersion Center come, and we'll do Thanksgiving dinner. This year we have 53 kids coming, and kids that have no idea what our Thanksgiving tradition is like in the United States, and we get to share that with them. Our carpentry teacher brought us in pumpkins from his garden and corn from his garden, and we froze it, and we've made pumpkin pies with it, so we take it from farm to table, and we're gonna show these kids what we can do.
Even if you're not good at cooking, which honestly, this is the best class if you're not good at cooking because it'll make you better. I can confidently say that I started out in this class being an awful cook, and now I work at a restaurant. You learn those skills every day, and you learn new skills that will help you become a better cook, and everybody eats food. There's no reason that you can say, oh, this class won't apply to me 10 years from now.
students get to learn how to become an EMT. They get certified nationally, and they can actually work as an EMT when they're done with this class. They have to be a senior, and it's in the spring semester, so they can usually work the following summer. A lot of students will do EMT during their college, so they do that part-time. It is a very fast-paced, rigorous class, so you usually cover a lot of information, but the kids do really well. A lot of hands-on. We do 4 Saturdays out at the Sanford Hospital and do some hands-on skills there. And then I actually have quite a bit of equipment here, so they get to do hands-on activities in the class as well.
We are getting the chance to be future EMTs and like learning all those skills and how to help other people in the community. And it's honestly just a really cool opportunity to, even if you're not planning to go into the emergency services, like you're just learning lots of good life skills and like ways to help other people. And so it's a really neat opportunity to practice those skills and learn more about it.
You can get a college credit for this class, so that's kind of, I was trying to get a little ahead. I'm a senior. I've finished all my kind of required classes to graduate. So I heard about it from my friend. I hadn't taken any CTE classes before this, so it's been a new experience, but it's been definitely fun.
A lot of students will go on to be paramedics or even further on into the medical degrees, and this will lead into that, having that national certification. You can go anywhere in the U.S. and use this national certification or just use it on your resume as a good medical reference.
I came in with completely no knowledge. Like some of my classmates are CNAs or in the nursing field already. I kind of, even just now, I feel like comfortable, like I could help save someone's life, and that's kind of the fun part, is learning the skills that otherwise you'd probably never know or never even try to learn. And now I know these things and I could save someone's life on the street or a family member, and I feel like that's really powerful to have.
So I'm actually planning on going into the health field and pre-medicine, so I just like being able to learn more in depth. The biomed classes are a good like starting point, but then this is like further down the path, which is really neat. And then I also like how like there's so many other students, not just from my high school, but from all over the city. And so you're able to see like their other goals along with yours and how they're determined as well alongside you.
The first course is Intro to Engineering Design, and Intro is dealing with fundamentals of engineering. So precision, accuracy, something that starts out very grand and be able to bring it down into parameters. Then we're using computer-aided design software, and with CAD software you're learning the fundamentals of the software, how it works, but then they get into the aspect of being able to design things that are curriculum-based, as well as some free-form creative stuff. And then from that we do some 3D printing that takes place. And then we start looking into motion, and we start studying cams and lifters and end up with building these automatas that kind of emulate what's happening when you build a system. And Principles of Engineering is a course where you're experiencing mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, structural engineering, just studying mechanical advantage, and then you ultimately end up building a compound machine. And then we go into understanding power and energy and looking at renewable as well as fossil fuels, and then we get into hydrogen cars and solar cars, fluid power, pneumatics, and hydraulics.
Basically, we just learn a little bit about an engineering topic, and then we get to go and test it out in the lab. I really like getting to build stuff in the lab. We built like a solar car one time, and it's just really fun to get the hands-on experience.
I'm going to college for mechanical engineering, and I thought I'd try to get my feet wet a little bit before I went there. We explored a little bit of anything related to engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical. It's a blast. The labs are awesome.
You know, kids that enjoy science, mathematics is huge in this as well, and then creativity and want to explore and learn. It's a hands-on course where students can explore and discover moments of inertia, elasticity of a board, those types of things that are taking place, and so you're able to see it and understand it. And so it's really kind of applying a lot of things that you learn in physics and you learn in mathematics And then you can come here, apply and discover how an engineer is going to utilize these skills or this background or this information or the knowledge base that they've developed from core classes into now moving it into an industry or profession.
When I go into college, I plan on going into physics and then minoring in engineering, but I wanted to take this class to figure out what type of engineering I wanted to do. I've learned that I really like electrical engineering just through doing it hands-on and like getting to work with breadboards and wire cars and things like that. So this class has definitely helped me.
If you're looking to take this course, you totally don't have to be like an expert in math to take it. It's all about exploration. So if you're thinking maybe you want to be like an architect or civil engineer, it's totally worth checking it out.
Health Careers class gives students the opportunity to explore a variety of different health cares within the healthcare system. Sometimes we typically think of doctors and nurses, but there's so much more that's entailed with the overall health and care of patients. Physical therapists, occupational therapists, respiratory therapists, phlebotomists, CNAs, patient care techs. There's just so many interdisciplinary team members that help take care of a patient as a whole. So students are given the opportunity to explore a variety of these health careers through bringing in different guest speakers that are working out in the healthcare field. We do have students that go out on field trips. We go to the nursing homes, we go to hospitals, we try to go to some technical colleges and take tours. Students take Health Careers 1 first semester, and that transitions into Health Careers 2 second semester, where they have the opportunity to participate in an internship experience for 10 weeks. 5 weeks are set in a critical care or acute care setting, such as the hospital, and 5 weeks are in the nursing home setting and provide care to residents. So at the end of the year, students will have the opportunity to take a CNA examination and become certified nursing assistants. Prior to going out to internship, they all become CPR certified here in the classroom.
We get to work with actual healthcare professionals and actual patients. I'm definitely thinking something in healthcare, and I wanted to kind of just get an idea of what it would be like so I can be more sure that I want to go into that field, and I can also get a better idea about what maybe I want to specialize in.
I've learned all this stuff in the classroom, and it's great to learn it in the classroom, but to actually see it in real life it's like nothing else. I've started to get to know the residents, and after that it's so much easier to talk to them and to take care of them. And I think it's rewarding.
This class helped me get into the actual field and go out into the hospital, go out in the nursing home and actually experience the workforce. So now I for sure know that I want to go into nursing.
This course allows students to get a glimpse or first step into the healthcare setting, into the healthcare field, and they are equipped with the skills and the knowledge they need to take care of patients and residents.
It's a really great opportunity, and there's a lot of students who can benefit from even just first semester, not even going to internship. You learn a lot about just healthcare in general, and it's good knowledge to have. It's really fun.
The Human Services course is a course designed on building relationships. So we learn what soft skills are, we learn what hard skills are, what makes a good employee, what makes a good student, what makes a good person overall. How are you building relationships with other people? Maybe people you've never worked with before, maybe people that you will experience in your job, if you go to a 2-year school, a 4-year school, or if you go into industry right away. So it's really helpful for people who are wanting to go into the human services field, or anybody that's just gonna work with people at some point. I have a lot of community partners in Sioux Falls. We also talk about the death and dying process, so we'll visit funeral homes. Guest speakers, Sanford Hospice came in and kind of talked about that death and dying experience. We bring in Vera. We have a CPR certification for our students as well. So we also go to active generations. So we have some students working with folks who play beanbags every first and third Thursday. Some of our students join in on the coloring club with our folks at Active Generations. So just learning how to communicate with people who maybe they haven't talked to before, and just building those relationships.
And we learn a lot about working with people, and one thing I'm passionate about is helping people, and we do a lot of that through this class, and we learn about different careers that we can do with human services and helping people throughout our community.
I want to go into education in college. We did lesson planning a couple weeks ago where we made my plate lessons for like eating healthy for K through 3rd grade. And then we are working on going into career fields, job shadows. So hopefully I'll be able to get into a classroom that way.
So we find out what skills are you really good at? What are your hard skills? What are your soft skills? A lot of our stuff isn't on tests, it's about building relationships. So if you've been able to successfully build a relationship, that's gonna go leaps and bounds farther than what you've learned on a test, right? Are you able to interact with people on a positive note? Are you able to leave a lasting impression, a positive impression, and leave the world a better place than you found it?
We learn a ton of stuff, but it's all stuff you're gonna need in life. Relationship building, we talk about going to college, and we talk about this is how you do a resume and a cover letter and how to apply for a job.
Absolutely take this course. You get to experience different things. One day is never the same, and it's really fun.
So the courses we teach at the CTE Academy are computer hardware and software, network technologies, and then we also have a cybersecurity course. So those 3 courses are all offered as dual credit courses to juniors and seniors that qualify. So a lot of the students that take these courses here at CTE in the IT labs are going up to Southeast Tech, and they're majoring in systems information, systems management, cybersecurity at Southeast Tech, cybersecurity at Dakota State, network administration at Dakota State. Those types of advanced degrees that would offer the exact same classes that we offer here. The students in these classrooms are doing a great job because they're working with actual industry standard equipment. It's the same equipment that you would get in a business, the same equipment you would get if you were taking the classes from the college at the college level as well. When we get into the cybersecurity and the networking realm, we're using the high-end same stuff that universities and businesses are using.
It kind of just opens up like a brand new perspective to computers and opens up ideas for careers as well. I'm trying to go into cybersecurity, maybe, cyber ops.
In cybersecurity today, we are currently trying to find exploits within a website that, let's just say, hacker is trying to get into and trying to find. So we are looking through different packets that have different lines of text and code within them that we can find to give us hints towards where this hacker might be leading to or what he's trying to get at. It's a lot more collaborative. We communicate a lot more between each other and between the teacher as well. We all just kind of work together to find solutions to the problems we're facing.
I get industry in business coming to me and saying, hey, can we have any of your students? I've found 3 students jobs so far this semester, and I've got 3 more that are going for interviews hopefully this week or next week. So there's a huge demand for help in this industry.
Go for it. Just try it out. Don't be scared to try new things. I knew nothing about computers when I went into it. I just kind of wanted to be able to build my own, and now I do know how to do that.
I got interested in this because it was a different way to get hands-on experience in a future career that I'm interested in. I just found a passion for it. At first it was just a small interest, and it turned into this big thing that I just look forward to every day.
I teach the Integrated English program here at CTE Academy, which consists of 5 different English classes that students have the opportunity to take while they're here for any other course. Those 5 classes include composition, creative writing, college prep English, research and technical writing, and speech. Students really like the opportunity that they have with this program because they're able to take these classes at the same time they're here for perhaps welding, aviation, engineering, but they're also able to do the content of the work they do for me based on what they're learning in the other classes, and it allows them to integrate that within their daily lives. It allows them to use the information they're learning in a different way, which then gives them a higher understanding of that information.
It's a really accessible course for people that don't feel like they have time to get in all the papers that they want and they just need something easier. Integrated English, we only have one assignment a week, and Ms. Mushane is really flexible with us and gives us our own creative freedom and really allows us to like expand our knowledge in the literature field.
I found out that like if I take it out here, I can also do a dual credit too and combine both my classes. So I was taking auto body and I was taking speech at the same time. It was the fact that I could have my own ideas and I could speak about different things that I knew about and I could pass along the message. And I think what made me choose it the most is probably just not as much people, and I just have more freedom out here, more time to think and all that too.
Students also like the ability to choose their topics for their content rather than being told, and I find that that's really helped with the production of the products that I receive as a teacher. All of my classes are for English requirements for graduation, and it allows a student to create a bit more room in their schedule to be able to come out to CTE and take a class, because many times in high school their schedules are so packed and there's not a lot of wiggle room. And by taking one of my courses, it opens up the opportunity for students to be able to come to CTE and experience different classes.
CTE is like already such a great place to be, and you can tell that like all the people here really take pride in what they do, and everyone that comes here wants to be here, and they show it through their work. As like a normal high school, you know, you have kids doing whatever, but everyone here is focused and the teachers are focused on making sure you know how to learn your way, and integrated English is just another really easy option to add on to CTE.
You have more freedom, you can reach out more and you have more options you can choose from, and you can really just think a lot more than you can just being at a regular school.
We offer 5 courses in media arts. We have an introductory course, which you learn a lot of the software used. Then we have a filmmaking course, a digital animation course, a broadcasting course, and a digital music course. We work with industry standard equipment. We have a full broadcast studio complete with cameras, a video switcher, lights, audio, IFB mics, anything that you would see at a TV station. We have a music production area that has a recording booth. It has an audio mixer. We have various instruments and pianos the students can play. For our filmmaking class, we have lights, cameras, lenses, boom mics, everything you would see on a Hollywood film set. And then in our animation department, we use 2 pieces of industry standard software, Adobe After Effects and Autodesk Maya, to create 2 and 3D animations. So a lot of industry standard equipment here, stuff that students are going to see not only in college, but should they go work in the media field as well.
I'm currently taking broadcasting. We shoot for the News Minute every week while also creating different broadcasts. Currently we're doing a variety show where we have hosts hosting this talent show, doing like with the other students in this class showing their talents. I actually came here last year for the Intro to AV class because there's not many art opportunities at my high school or many high schools, and so when I heard about that one, I really wanted to take it, and when I got in, I came here, met Hoffman, and I had the time of my life. We did a little bit of broadcasting in there, and so I wanted to come back the next year just to take the whole broadcasting class.
I've taken just about every class out here. I'd highly recommend them all, but right now in filmmaking we're working on a reality TV show, which I've gotten the ability to write it, which I've always loved writing for that, so being able to see it really come to life has been an interesting experience.
Students are currently working in some of the local venues here. I've had students go on and work at some of the local TV stations as well as sporting venues and other film and media outlets across the country. So the demand is there for media people, for media students. Students that do get experience here in our media department should have an easy time finding a job or being successful in college after they complete our program.
When I first came here, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for college, but after exploring a whole bunch of different things, I have decided that I want to go into animation when I go to college, which is probably something I wouldn't have chosen if I didn't come here.
In our traditional class, we spend more time just reading things and we'll spend time studying for tests, but here it's not all about that knowledge. Of course, that's important to know the terms that you're using, but you're actually learning through doing, which is a very different approach, and I appreciate it a lot.
The robotics class is a hands-on program which focuses getting into following a set of procedure, set of plans, and you end up building a couple different chassis. So here you're looking into precision and accuracy and following the design of what you're making, but you also have a lot of freedom and creativity because we have little bonus challenges that we go, okay, hey, we have this. Now you're gonna move a pile of rocks from this side of the yard over to here because it's going to get spread out, and that's how it's going to be used. So you build different effectors, forklift, be it a bulldozer, be it a claw or clamp type mechanism, and they learn how to manipulate and function that. Then we get into learning about line finders, so like if you're driving down the interstate and the car's bouncing you back, so we're experiencing that. We also have sonar sensors, so as you're pulling up on a car, you're like, oh, hey, we got to slow down on some of the things. So they're experiencing things that go along with those aspects as well. And then with that, we're also getting into programming in C++. And so they're learning a new language.
The best way to explain it, I would say, is like Legos, but more complex. It gets you to be really creative overall. One assignment that we had where we had to mess around with gear ratios to try and lift up more than, I think, 700 grams with servo motors. That was really fun because everybody had their own unique gear ratios. It was really fun. We spent about a week on it and really got me to think about everything.
My favorite project would be like when we first started programming, because I really like coding and everything, and I like programming. It's a lot of hands-on learning.
If they like the technical side of things, then it might be in kind of assembly, design, repair. Amazon's out here right now. Gage Brothers, I'm sure, has a lot of robotic things that are taking place. You look at sawmills, auto industry with robotics as well. Just the computer science that goes along with this, being able to understand and troubleshoot what's going from here to here, this ain't behaving, we got to be looking at those types of things. So yeah, the auto industry would be another great one that would exist. A lot of it is discovery and just, the experience. And that's what makes CTE really kind of stand out, is the aspect that the kids have hands-on experiences to be able to design, discover, reinvent, and come up with a newer and better solution.
You get to see all like these different types of careers, and you can major in anyone that you like.
It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding.
The courses I teach at the CTE Academy are going to be Welding 2, Advanced Welding and Fabrication. That's my main core. And we also have a chance where kids can actually take an advanced capstone class in their senior year, where they can actually work with me. They can build a big project, whether it's an implement, farm implement, or maybe even an art project. And then we also have a business entrepreneurship side for our capstone, where the students actually take a chance and do a lot of behind the scenes stuff and run the shop, order parts, make sure bills are paid. They'll actually run the fire pit program and actually take the order, design it, build it, and make sure it's invoiced for that customer. We also have the ability to do an off-campus internship where the students actually go out into industry on their last senior semester and can get a chance to work for either like McGuire Iron or Marmon Energy during that last 2 hours of their day and still get the credit for it.
I love the class I'm taking. It's taught me a lot and shown me how to improve. It's gotten me things in life that I never would have expected in high school. I have a lot of fun out here. I got 3rd place in a welding competition. I got a full ride to Lake Area Tech.
We also do some projects here and there. Like we've done projects for Stampede, such as a fire pit. Like Auto Body, we did a sheet metal bender. Right now I'm working at Runge Enterprise. I'm a diesel technician apprenticeship I took there. But yeah, that's what I would basically want to do, but I want to involve welding into the mix of it to make me more of an experienced and more valuable.
The economic outlook for what we're doing is absolutely through the roof right now. Actually, with the knowledge and skills learned from our program, these students will have 5 or 6 different job offers in a school year. I have students that are getting paid by their sponsorship and by Build Dakota sponsorship and getting paid to go to college. The best part is they're exposed to many companies that they can get a feel of what's the best style of welding for them. Whether it's structural steel, stick welding, MIG welding in a factory type setting, or aluminum welding, stainless steel now. We're getting a lot of different varieties.
So I took welding 1 in my home school and I took welding 2 here last semester, and now I'm in welding 3. I love CTE. I think it's great. Everybody should try it out.
I would definitely take this class. If you really don't know what you want to do, take this class. It's always good to learn a trade because no matter what, there's always going to be a job. And it's always going to be good pay.